Here is a short little preview of a faux stained glass peonies, and this tutorial can be found in full in my online school, Viv Studio. The first thing I did was sketched out my design, and then I took masking fluid and traced the design. I let that masking fluid dry completely, and then I went over the centers of the peonies, or peonies, however you want to pronounce it, with a little bit of yellow, and just fill that in really good. I just painted right over the masking fluid, and then I added some darker yellow to where the shadows would be. Then I just used a simple wet on wet technique. I wet each petal of the flower, and I just dropped in some reds and some oranges and some yellows, just to, well, really just reds and oranges, just to give the flower some color. And I just let the water do the work. Wet on wet is such an easy technique. And I just made my way around each flower, putting in different reds and the oranges, wetting it first and then dropping in the color. And then once I got the peonies finished, here they are finished, I mixed up some greens. I had a light green, a medium green, and a dark green. I mixed those greens up, and I just went ahead and did the same exact wet and wet technique to all the buds and all of the flower leaves, the leaves of the flower, not the petals, the leaves. And I just added those greens in there and worked my way around this cute little flower bud. And then I just added some of that same green, same technique to all of the leaves that were around the peony. And I was careful to put some of the darker green where I would think shadows would naturally be, even though we're not doing a realistic. This is more like a stained glass or batik tutorial that I did with my students. If you're interested in joining my membership, you can just go to www.artwithviv.com, and you'll see it right at the top of my website. And here I'm just doing some more leaves, just adding in those 3 shades of green, light, medium, and dark, and just continue around until I finished all of the leaves, and there they are. Next up, I wanted to do the background. You can do a solid background, but I decided to do sort of a shattered glass, looked like broken glass background. So I pretty much freehanded the background with some masking fluid and just put in some little sections. And I just really wanted that geometric type of background so that it can contrast with the organic flow, the organic look of those beautiful peonies. So once I did that, and then I let it dry completely, and I just started painting in those sections with some different blues. And I used the same wet on wet, each section, and then just dropped in the blues as I went around, being really careful to kind of vary the darkness and the lightness of the blue. It came out to be a really pretty technique. These complementary colors look really good. And in my actual full-length tutorial, you get an outline drawing in case you don't feel like your skills are good enough. You get a complete supply list as well as step-by-step instructions how to do it, and step-by-step videos. There are several full-length step-by-step videos that go along with this tutorial inside my membership. And now that it's all dry, I'm just adding a few shadows and details to the centers just to differentiate those centers so that they pop a little bit. Now I made sure that all my masking fluid is dry. Just going to go in there really quickly, and with a rubber cement pickup, just pull up all of that masking fluid to reveal the beautiful, beautiful white of the paper and give that beautiful stained glass effect. Now you can paint your lines, the stained glass lines, black like a traditional stained glass, or you can leave it like this to look more batik. It's completely up to you, but it comes out really beautiful. Just going to take this off of my foam core board. I had it taped down to foam core board to keep it tight, and there you go. I think it would look better if we turned it that way. I think that looks better, but you can turn it any way you want. So if you've enjoyed this, thanks for watching. Please hit subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're interested, the full-length tutorial is in my membership at www.artwithviv.com.